Mayhem's around the corner and you still have no idea what build to play, don't worry. At the end of this video you should have a perfect overview of the best builds for the Mayhem event. Hi, I'm Cyclon. Today I'm going to share with you the 5 builds that I think are going to be the best overall to get to any level that you need to get to very quickly and smoothly in the upcoming Mayhem event. Now, there are a few honorable mentions which I think are fulfilling very nicely the tank requirement and the damage requirement, but aren't really quite there in the clear department. The Righteous Fire Inquisitor, the Poison Seismic Trap, the Absolution Summoner, and the Summon Raging Spirit Summoner are all very good in terms of survivability and damage, but I think they are lacking in the clear department, which why they're only honorable mentions. Now the first contender is the Lightning Strike Champion. He has a very high armor, very high evasion, fortify, spell suppression, elemental avoidance, elusive, life on hit, and life leech, making it really tanky. It also has a very good clearing in a cone in front of it, having lots of crit multi, elemental penetration, and onslaught, as well as a very high overall attack speed, and utilizing whirling blades as mobility. It will also level a Spectral Helix, which is currently one of the best leveling skills. Overall, a very good package. If I made you interested in Lightning Strike Champion, I recommend checking out Crouching Tuna, as he has a very detailed guide about this that I couldn't even get close to in detail in the time until Mayhem starts. Another very good build is the Venom Gyre Deadeye. It's also going to be a Trinity based with elemental damage. It also has a very high armor, but not as good as evasion as the Lightning Strike Champion. It also has spell suppression, elemental avoidance, elusive, life on hit, and life leech. It has a very good clear, a lot of crit multi, and has elemental penetration, and can also get onslaught though with the craft on the boots. It uses whirling blades and levels as well as a Spectral Helix, so on a Deadeye Sensi. Overall, a really good package. It has a really good clear utilizing the Venom Gyre Whirling Blades interaction, and I personally started that for Lake of Colan and was very happy with the result. I think the best content creator for this one is KobeBlackMamba. He has a very detailed leveling guide, a Spectral Helix for Deadeye, as well as a late game passive building and guide for the Venom Gyre for different investment levels. Alright, getting to the third build. Kinetic Blast, Corrupting Fever Gladiator. Having a very high armor, a good evasion, elemental avoidance, and life on hit, a good clear, built-in explosions, and is a physical dot-based build utilizing Corrupting Fever. Overall, it's a very good clear build, a very fast mapper, which is perfect for this event. It isn't as tanky as the other two, but makes up with it with its mapping speed and the explosions. I can definitely recommend this if you are interested in being a very fast mapper or do like to explode screens. It utilizes shield charge and levels a Spectral Helix, and later on it will also level as Corrupting Fever Kinetic Blast. I think it was around Act 5, I think, when it transitions into Corrupting Fever. Now, if you're interested in this build, I would recommend checking out Grimro. He definitely has a really good guide for this out there, so that should answer all your questions about Corrupting Fever that I currently cannot answer. Before we're going to get into the last 2 builds and a bonus build that I'm personally going to play for the upcoming event, just want to quickly let you know I will be streaming live on Twitch for the Mayhem event. There is a link in the description to my Twitch channel, so if you're interested in in seeing me suffer in the Mayhem event, feel free to join me on Twitch, or if you have any questions, I will able to answer them there. Alright, next build, Poisonous Concoction Pathfinder. It is currently, as far as I know, one of the best league starter in terms for mapping goals. It has a very fast mapping speed, a high evasion, a good armor, elemental avoidance, spell suppression, has built-in life recovery in the Sensi, life leech, has a very good clear, has poison proliferation also from the Sensi, and uses Plague Bearer, which is very good skill for single target and clear on top of that. It utilizes shield charge for mobility, and it can level as Poisonous Concoction from the, I think, end of Act 1 already. And if you want to play as Poisonous Concoction, I think the best YouTuber or best content creator is Palestrom. Hopefully I have pronounced the name correctly. Haven't pronounced the name that much yet. But anyway, I think this one is also a very solid build. It is more on the clearing fast and dodging side, more than like the Lightning Strike Champion or the Venom Gyre, who can just tank a bit more, but definitely overall a very good build for the Mayhem event. Now as the 5th build, it's going to be the Poison Shield Cross Trickster. I haven't seen many content creator mentioning this build specifically yet. As a poison variant, I know there are a few who have played it as elemental version. It has a very high evasion and a good armor. It has elemental avoidance, spell suppression, a high energy shield pool, good clear, can use an obliteration to have built-in explosion, and it can also use plague bearer. By utilizing the avoidance, the spell suppression, and the energy shield pool, and a very specific unique shield which I forgot the name now, it has about a 3 to 4k ES pool, which it are almost constantly regenerating. So making it one of the tankiest builds for the upcoming event that still has a pretty good clear by utilizing the Plague Bearer and the explosions. Now sadly, as mentioned, there haven't really content creators that made content about it, but I think it is definitely a very good build. So if you are if you're good at understanding PoE ninja builds or passive buildings, I would say maybe take a look at this one. This might be the right build for you. I assume it's going to level a shield crush from the beginning because it just needs a very any decent shield to be able to scale very well off it, and there are some nice leveling shields. And it can also use shield charge to have a really nice mobility as it just charges an enemy, attacks the enemy, and charges further. Overall, I think it's a really nice build. Now finally, we're going to come to my personal build, which I know a lot of you are going to be confused. I named 5 super tanky builds, and now my build, Lightning Arrow Deadeye. It's definitely a weird pick, but I think it's going to definitely make up for it. It's going to suffer early on, because it only has a good evasion and spell suppression, as well as a bit of life on hit and an okay amount of life leech. But I think it's going to have a very, very good clear, and once you have the initial gear set up, which I think is perfectly doable with my strategy, which I've uploaded in my previous video, as a good crit multi and as a mental penetration, and I think all of those builds that I've mentioned today, the best clear overall, be it with Rain of Arrows for the leveling or with Lightning Arrow later on. And once it has this gear set up, it's going to just rocket past all the other builds just because of the amount of mapping speed that this one can bring, that this one can do. I will try to upload a video tomorrow that is going to be a full build guide, but if I'm not able to do that in time, I will post the passive building at least, that is as far as I got, in the comments. So if you decide to also suffer with Lightning Arrow Deadeye in the early time of the event to then have fun with it, you can do that too. Alright, that's pretty much everything. So with this, you should be set up to have a perfect league start for the upcoming Mayhem event. And if you're still looking for a strategy, as mentioned, I did upload a video about a strategy stack going from campaign to late game yesterday, so you can check that out too. All that being said, have a wonderful day, and hopefully see you on Twitch or on the next video. Goodbye.